Hello everyone, welcome to Smart Cubing. In this video I want to teach you how to solve edges with M2 method for blindfolded solving. So the first thing you should know is the buffer. The buffer sticker is in U position, in U sticker, and the target is up there in A position. So you must move every piece in A position, and what is the algorithm for swapping buffer with target is just a simple M2. And why you don't learn M2 at first, it's because you must preserve everything in M slice, and it's a bit difficult for beginners to do that. But yeah, the M2 method is a kind of intermediate level of blindfolded solving. It's between old Pacman and 3 style, but it's not similar to both of them. So the next thing is how you can move every sticker in to this position. So you can't just like, for example, if you want to do the B piece, you can't just do a U prime. You must, because it will break the M layer, M slice, and you can't do that. So what we can do is R prime U prime to move it here. Now if you can see, everything in M slice is preserved. Don't worry about corners or here, and if you do M2 and reverse the setup move, your buffer will be here, your buffer sticker will be here. M slice will be broke, but if your targets was even, your M slice will be solved. But if you have odd number of targets, your M slice would be like this, and you can solve it with this algorithm. And if you using old Pacman for corners, you don't need to do anything else. Just if you do this, and second do the corners, your cube will be solved. So and if you are curious of how you can move like C sticker to there, you can't just do U2 to put it. These two pieces or these four targets, CW, SI, has their own algorithms, and it's because you can't just move them like that. So you can see the algorithm for C and W. So the C sticker is opposite of W sticker. So the algorithm for W is just the opposite of C. So the C algorithm is like this. It's a little hard to find out where the pieces goes, but if you do another target like edge target, edge target, you will see that the buffer is now in C position. So all setups will be in the description. So the algorithm for S and I are a little hard and weird, so I will teach you a very simple and cool trick to skip them in your solves. So, and another special thing in M2 is a Q sticker. When you do M2, you will swap with A, and how you can swap with Q. Some people do like a flip algorithm, I don't know, like that, to flip this piece and do M2 and reverse all of that, and I think it's a little too much. So I use this simple algorithm. So it goes like this. It's a little hard again to see what happens, but if you do another target like F sticker, you will see that the buffer sticker is now in Q. And so I will do an example solve to show you more things, and at the end I will explain everything. But before that, I want to explain the cool trick about S and I. So if you have S and I in first part, you and your second target was these 8 targets, these 8 pieces. They were in first part, you can just do M2 first, then move your second target in normal position. Then that's the important thing. If it was I, you will do M prime. If it was S, you must do M prime. So I M prime, S M, sorry, I mean I M and S M prime. So it's if it's I, you will do M, then reverse the setup, then another M. And now, as you can see, the buffer sticker is in I and I sticker is in M. So and if it was S, you will do M prime. But if they were in the second part, you must do M, like in this case now it's M I. So I is in the second part. So you will do M prime. Then you must put like the normal way. Then another M prime. Don't rotate. Then another M prime. Then reverse. And do the M2 at last. Now it's a very cool trick. It can be a little weird and complicated at first, but if you see the video again, you will learn it. So let's do our example solve. So if you do the scramble that you can see, if you put the green in front and white in top, it will be like this. We look at this sticker. S O Q J I L T T H, and you must memorize it in pairs, and we must twist this edge. So if you use the trick that I learned you, it will be like this. For MS, M prime, put the M, another M prime, reverse, and M2. Now this is S and this is M. So the next thing is O and Q. So for O and Q, it will be like this. Rotate back and do the algorithm that I showed you at the first. So the next thing is JI. So we use a cool trick because I is in the second part. We do M, move it there, another M prime, reverse, and M2, and this is I and J. So the next thing is LT. These are so simple. And now T. And another thing, you can do R, but it's just extra move, so it's better to don't do it. And the last one is DH. D, and now for H. And we must twist this edge. If you want, you can see my video about twist the edge, but yeah, we put the edge. We put the edge in this in this place and do the Q algorithm with M2. So with M2 and set and reverse the setup, and yeah, it's the M2 method, and I hope you learned something. Goodbye.